On today's episode of Crossing the Streams, I'm hanging out with Stay Alive. Welcome, Stay Alive. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, my friend. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing really awesome actually. It's been a long time coming, I think, actually, to have you on this show because I've known you for a while, and you actually recently invited me to your stream team, Survivor Squad, and I was like, I really need to talk to Stay about Twitch, your channel, your community, everything you've done so far. And
Yeah.
it seemed like a good time. It seemed like a good time to ask you to be on here. So thank you for being here and hanging out with me.
Thank you, my friend. It's an honor. I got excited just to get the message. Hey, come on down to the stream. And yeah, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So let's start with the easy question. Who are you? What's your channel, and what kind of content do you create?
Well, I'm StayAlive7. _7 no longer exists. That's gone. I create content as far as like the Star Wars realm. So I love playing SOTOR, Star Wars Your Republic. I play Star Wars Your Republic. Lately, I've been jumping into some Dead by Daylight, which I love. I could play that game all day long if I was allowed to. But adulting has to stop me. But yeah, creating awesome content. I love engaging with people in the chat, the community. Probably one of my favorite things is engaging with everybody. It's like a second family. You know, the community is absolutely fantastic. So looking to jump into YouTube eventually. Just I've been so busy, man. But that's it. I love Star Wars. Creating, I play the game. I play story mode in the game.
Yeah.
No PvP yet. Currently trying to get my legendary status in there into the game. But I love it. It's an awesome, awesome, fun game.
One of the first times I watched you, that's what I saw you playing. And like, how many hours have you logged into that game?
Like 2000?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad. Like I played 10 years ago when the game first came out, but it was on and off. Played beta and all that, had a great time, but you
Mhm.
know, life happens, then you move on, to another game, you play other online games. Now it's been more like in the past since 8 months. 8 months ago is when I started really, really playing the game, and that's when the community kind of grew out of nowhere. And I was so grateful. So here we are playing SOTOR, and I don't hate it. It's not content that I hate where I'm like, oh god, I have to stream again.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. I love it. I'm having a blast every time I play it.
And how often do you stream that specifically compared to, say, the other stuff that you throw in? Like, I know you've been doing some DBD lately. What's
Yeah.
kind of the mix between like one game or another?
I think for me it's been more so Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, mainly SOTOR content.
Mhm.
I did dedicate, I think, 2 weeks to Jedi Fallen Order, which was amazing because I never finished the story and had a lot of fun doing that. So sometimes I'll sidetrack like that, but yeah, it's mainly SOTOR, and then on Fridays, just to relax a little bit. Also introduce the community to a different game, and I'm kind of playing around with some things because I'm trying to like test some things out with another game. It's like when you guys are mostly Lego builders, but if you swap out to something else, how's that vibe and that flow going to be? So, and the
Yeah.
numbers and all that stuff. So I'm really curious. I like playing around with stuff like that to see, what outcome I get.
It's definitely one of those, like you said, when you switch it up a little bit, especially when you're known
Yeah,
for a thing, right? If you're not
yeah,
naturally a variety streamer,
yeah.
it definitely feels weird because I released a game not too long ago, and I'm
Yep.
streaming it a lot to be kind of like,
Yeah. Congrats,
hey,
by the
I'm
way.
oh,
Yeah,
thank you. I'm
yeah,
excited about it. I love the
yeah.
game. I mean, I loved working on, but as a player, I still love playing it. And so I was like, well, maybe I should stream it, which is really weird given I've been doing nothing but Lego like 95% of the time in the last year and
Right,
a half almost.
right.
And yeah, that was a big fearful moment for me. When you decide to like stream something different, what
Yeah.
drives those choices for you?
Um, Happiness. I don't want to be in a position because I do this kind of full time. Oh, kind of full time. Mostly, hit hard on work on the weekends, and then the rest, like, it's stuff that I have to turn in from home. But I think it's just happiness. I want to be happy with the content that I'm pouring out there. If you're not happy with what you're playing, you can see it, and
Mm.
you can sense the vibe that something's just not right. for the player or the content creator. So if you're building a Lego and you don't want to build Lego, or you're just doing it because you want to attract that side of the community, but at the same
Yeah.
time you're like, oh my god, oh, there goes a piece on the floor. Oh no, I guess we have to end the stream, chat. But
It's lost forever.
it's lost forever. It went behind my desk. I don't know what to do. So, oh no, you can call Lego. No, I can't. I won't. So I think it's just being happy with what you have, and that will automatically, not only will it resonate with the viewers, but also when you introduce a new game. And I was talking to a friend of mine about that too. Other communities will find you and vibe out to your content and say, okay, cool. This person normally streams this particular game, but now they're doing this. Okay, nice. I like that. And then your current community, they may not show up 100% of the time. It doesn't mean they hate you. It just means it's not their cup of tea, and that's okay.
Right.
And I've been playing around with that and testing that out, and a lot of them have been kind of trickling back in when I play Dead by Daylight, and they're loving the game. They're actually like, what is this game about? I'm kind of curious now. This is kind of, kind of scary. Is it scary? Is it shocking? Is it fun? And so they get to see a nice perspective of the game. So I think happiness 1000% is the reason for what you do. Sometimes numbers go down, and that's okay. And you just have to have faith then that your consistency, which is key, will allow those numbers to come back up and other community members to join you and current at the same time. Yeah.
Relying on that consistency to carry you through, despite the fact that maybe you're not doing the same thing, but you're still there.
Right. 100%.
I never got a chance to really ask you about how you got into Twitch. What kind of sparked your need to stream or to get into content creation on Twitch?
For me, it was at the time I was going through a lot of depression and a lot of, I kind of felt lonely. I was at a point where I was like, okay, well, these things are happening in my life, and relationship stuff, and then work stuff, and like what decisions to make. And like 5 years ago, I made that choice of like, how cool would it be to let me go live? Because I would watch Twitch every now and then, but not on a consistent basis. And so I said, okay, well, I love playing video games. I love making new friends. So why not? And so it was a great opportunity to meet people. I was already part of a community on TeamSpeak, if anybody remembers that, because that's ancient. But
yeah,
it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I was friends with a couple people that were part of a fire department. They had a TeamSpeak group, but it was just for for friends and stuff like that. So I thought, why not just start a channel and actually go live and see what happens. So my first game that I ever played was Alien Isolation, which was cool. It was a lot of fun. And I started it all over again just to play. And I remember the first amount of viewers were like 20, 23. And I was like, oh my God, people actually want to watch, and no camera. I didn't have any of that up, but I did have the, a decent mic at the time. And so I just played it, and I wasn't consistent. I didn't know what kind of schedule. I just said, well, if I'm off of work and I'm not too tired, I'll go live. And I would go live. And I met so many people that way. I invited them over to the TeamSpeak, and we got to know each other. We got, hang out, play games together. Aside from that, play a lot of American Truck Simulator with them. Oh yeah, I love simulators.
Yeah.
And I had a blast. But the main reason was, it got me out of that mental state that I was in. And I was able to meet some new people and, make some new friends, which are, still to this day part of the community, which is kind of cool.
That's really awesome. And, that's, 5 years ago. That's a long time to be like in Twitch years. That's a long time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What helped you with deciding that this was a good thing for you to continue doing? Especially, I mean, most times first streams are often very uneventful and quiet. What was it like for you when you first got done with that first stream?
It was exciting. It was adrenaline. I saw the views. Nothing mattered. Like stats never mattered in the beginning, because you're so excited to just put content into the world. And I was just happy that people just wanted to come watch me play. I think that's kind of cool, because when I was a kid, I'd play video games. I'd want my mom, sit down. You got to watch this. You got to watch this. Watch what I'm about to do. Watch this boss fight. Mom, are you watching? Are you watching? So being able to do that as an adult, kind of cool, because people actually want to see what the outcome of the game is going to be from your perspective. And so I really that kept me going. I was excited. I kept coming back, after work, and I would play, and it was fun. Then I swapped it out to mornings, and then some weekends, and it was really, really cool. And then people would request, "Hey, man, are you streaming today? Are you gonna go live today?" No, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, you should play this game. You should play that game.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. It was a very small handful of people. Numbers, obviously died down after a while, and I wasn't very consistent, obviously, but I had fun, and I met new friends, and that's what really was the catalyst of the whole thing, man. I loved it. I loved
Yeah.
it so much.
At that point, what were you trying to do with your game choices? Was it pretty much variety, or were you just whatever you wanted to play, or did you start focusing on one or two other games?
It was variety at first, and then because I had more fun that way. There was no like goal or any kind of I must play this or I must go live at this time. It was just super, super fun and very chill.
Right.
Something to do after work when I didn't, I didn't get a chance to go out with anybody else or do anything outside. After a while, I remember streaming Arc, and it really attracted a big crowd of enthusiasts for the game.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the game. And so I made it into a consistent thing where I would keep playing Arc, 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 Arc.
Hmm.
And people loved it. People loved it. They would ask me, "Oh, how do you," start asking me questions later once I started to learn the game more. "How do you mutate this dino with this? How do you get this?"
Hmm.
And I would ask them questions about breeding and, taming certain dinos and stuff, and different maps and stuff. So it just became, I started to learn the engagement process, and it was just so much fun. It was just so much fun. Nothing, no rules. I even remember when I became affiliate
Yeah.
at, I think it was 50 followers or 100 at the time. I think it was 100.
Yeah. I think it
And I was
was
excited.
actually.
I was like, man, and then you get to make some kind of money out of this. There's some biddies that people are dropping, and like, this is kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
But I was having fun. I think the business aspect of it was never really there. Just
Hmm.
meeting new people,
Hmm. And then eventually you got affiliate, and then you noticed that you're like, hey,
Yeah.
I could do cool stuff. Like I could get put emotes out there, etc. All those cool things.
Oh man, I still have those emotes on my channel. They're old.
Yeah.
The original Stay Alive emotes. Yeah, they're on the follower scale now. They're for followers. They're free.
That's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Just going back and thinking about it, I remember the good times.
Yeah.
So much fun. So many good times. I remember staying up late and not having like a specific, "Oh, today I'm going to stream for 12 hours." I go to sleep when I'm tired, I guess, and have to work in the morning, but I'm having too
Yeah.
much fun.
That's impressive. When you first got started, I guess I love asking this question because a lot of people give different answers. But when you looking back, if you could have told Stay Alive when he was just getting started in Twitch, if you could tell
Yeah.
him anything, what would you tell him?
Get more sleep. I think I would have probably, if I could have capitalized more on the concept and the idea. It's like when you didn't actually invest in Uber and
Mm.
now you're kind of like regretting it.
Yeah.
I wish that I would have been able to capitalize on all those great moments and actually stayed consistent, actually started producing content and organizing it and working on my quality and all that with the content. And I think things would have been different.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't have so many bags under my eyes back in the day. Not now.
So kind of a more focused, like
Yes.
a more of a laser focus on how you would approach the channel versus
yeah.
kind of when you
Yeah.
started. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah. That would have been cool. I think just thinking back now, it was just for fun. It was just for fun.
Yeah.
Affiliate, was super cool, and everybody was celebrating that. I think partners were having arguments on Twitter about it. They were like, "Why is affiliate a thing?" And blah
Mm-hmm.
blah blah. And then affiliates became a thing, and it's been growing ever since. And I think it's just because I always saw it as a fun thing. But I if I had any regrets, I would say that I didn't capitalize on those good moments.
Yeah.
I had a community that was building, and I didn't narrow it down. I didn't go through 100% and put in my 100%. I was just having fun,
Yeah.
and I would maybe still have fun, but change the perspective to a more you know strong alignment of like just having good content plus consistency, which I didn't
Yeah.
have. You
Where
know,
do you think you would be if you had done those things?
I don't know. I know that I know I know that 8 months, when I was consistent for 8 months, I gave it all I got. Literally all that I have to the content, and I poured it in there. I capitalize on everything. If you have a magical moment, capitalize on that. If you have another magical moment, capitalize on that. And I tried not to change too much, and it worked. Everything worked. The idea was to, how do I get more people to see my content so that I can test out, to have them test the waters and see if they like what they see, if they like the voice, if they like the personality, if they like the content that I'm producing on screen. I never really pushed that. I think things would have been different, as far as like, maybe there would have been more growth there at the time,
Yeah.
because there were so many opportunities that were just sitting there, and I never pushed that. I never pushed that. I said, oh, cool. Yesterday I had 15, today I have 25 viewers,
Yeah.
and I never tried to duplicate the magic. I didn't stream the next day. I was
Man,
too tired at work.
I've been there.
Those great moments always pass you by, and it's like, should I do this? Should I do that? I mean, there's always going to be another opportunity, maybe, but I should have been more consistent. But yeah, it's just making those right choices, continuing to push with the community and build, communities build themselves. You can't just build a community. I've
Hmm.
learned so much in 5 years. And even though it wasn't consistent, I've learned so much in 5 years on Twitch, and how Twitch has changed over time and developed, and kind of
Yeah.
the evolution of what it was, and how it's become. And it's like, my goodness, like, now we have hot tubs. I mean, there's so many
Dude.
things, so many things. So just the evolution of that, and just being part of that journey, has been fun too.
With all the knowledge you have now after being on Twitch for 5 years, and say someone comes up and says, hey, Stay, I really want to get started streaming. I'm gonna start streaming. What do I need to do to get this right? Like out of the gate. What would you tell them then?
I'd say do it right off the bat. Waste no time. And I say that I say, my community many times. They just go live. Just go live. You want to build a podcast, you want to go live, you want to play some games on Twitch, you want to play some games on YouTube, just go live. Because you're starting, and people sometimes wait to have the best gear or the best equipment, or, oh man, I don't have that mic that Amor has. Oh, I don't know if my computer can handle it. Well, you never tried it. Try it. I don't have the proper setup or the camera, and it's just go live, man. Just go live, get to know people, play your game, play or build if you want to build. People will come, and eventually, little by little, you start to kind of pick up the pieces and understand. And then so yeah, I would say my best advice is to do it, just like anything else. Like, people that want to do podcasts, like they want to have all the best equipment, and that's fine, cool.
Yeah.
But I think the best way to do it is to just start your podcast. Just record. Pick up your phone, pick up your laptop, and just record things that you feel you want to talk about, that you want to make your content about. I don't have a title yet. That's fine. It's an unknown title. It's an unknown stream. That's fine. But that's how you get started. That's how you, and then people, you never know. Somebody comes in, it's like, oh my God, I love the sound of your voice. I love your content. Yeah. This is amazing. How long have you been podcasting for? Today is my second day. Really? Wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
I noticed you don't have a title yet. Yeah, well, you don't have a name yet. Maybe we can help you as a community to come up with a name. So there's so many cool things. So definitely start right away.
Just
it's a perfect time to. It's so many right now. It's such a great time to jump on YouTube or Twitch. There's always competition, but that's just the name of the game.
Just get in there. Don't wait, is what you're saying.
Don't wait. For the best equipment, for the best gear.
It happens so often too. I hear that a lot in conversations with people who are either in my stream or other streams. They'll just say, "Oh, I thought about streaming, but I don't really have a great camera, or I don't really have a great whatever." And it's one of those things where there's no perfect time to do anything, honestly.
No.
And
this platform grows and doesn't wait. Like time, it's not going to wait for you. It's just going to keep going ahead of you. Just do it. Jump in. My first camera, I had no camera at first, and I bought a Logitech 920, and my saturation was so bland, like everything, like, and I had my kitchen behind me. My apartment was smaller, but I had my kitchen, my bike. You can see my dog, and I was just, it was There was no the color saturation was very bland. There was no like you don't get that foggy effect in the background. There was no. I never thought about getting any of that stuff. I was having fun. It was a good time. It was playing Ark. It was wanting to meet new people, and it was a lot of fun. So later on is when you start worrying about little things
Those
like
other.
that.
Do you think starting now on Twitch is different than starting when we started 5 years ago? And how are they different?
Oh yeah. I mean, now there's the competition is they hit harder depending on the content that you're wanting to produce. Whether it be PvP or Valorant or Call of Duty and all that. A lot of people just stick to Fortnite because they want to get views or whatever. But it's so saturated. There's so much compared to before. Before it was a little bit more, or at least 5 years ago, it seemed a little more tangible. But there's so much. I do think the bonus part of it is that affiliates have had such a boost in just little perks and things here because now up to recently they can do they can have animated emotes, which is cool. Before that was only like a partner perk. That was it. So
Mm-hmm.
I think affiliates are very rewarded, once you reach that, and it kind of gives you that incentive to look forward to that. Let me get those 50 followers so I can get to my affiliate. Let me get to where I need to get to, and then it's exciting.
Yeah.
Now I can get some kind of income or some kind of side. Somebody wants to throw some bits to support the stream. Great, and now I can
Yeah.
have something in the background. So very different though, very different. Plus the community has changed a lot over the time. Now it's owned by Mr. Jeff Bezos, of course.
Yeah.
So a lot has changed.
Do you think it's harder then because of those changes, or do you think it's easier?
I don't think it was ever easier at any point because it's still you, right? Like you're still
Yeah.
going live. You're still attracting human beings to your channel to see if they like your content. It was always going to be a challenge to try to bring people to your channel. Now there's just a lot. There's just a lot. Good perks, a lot of stuff. It just seemed more tangible before, I think.
What gets you excited about streaming and creating content on Twitch? Like, what really gets you stoked?
Man, people, the community. It's repeated so many times by so many creators, but it's just the people, man. It's like you look, I started and I've met so many people and they've come and gone. And I've integrated myself in different communities. So not just Star Wars, but like the makers and crafters. And I discovered Sith Lord Brit. And then from Sith Lord Brit, she rated out to Fred. And I met my favorite Lego streamer, right? And I was like, okay, this is awesome. I
Yeah.
love all my Lego boys, but I've always said, yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite Lego streamer. But I mean, it's just his content. He was very engaging. He was very real. He
Yeah.
wasn't. There was no facade or any kind of character. I could sense that. I love the vibe there. And I
Yeah.
was watching for the first time. I'm watching somebody build a set. I've heard of people building Lego on Twitch. I just never really. It wasn't really like a thing where let me go check it out. But I was forced there by a raid and by actually checking it out. I was like, okay, this is cool. I like this. And then through Fred, I met AZ and Zach and Ace, and they've been great. Just the content, the chill vibes, and I was able to meet other creators. I even found out Chris Perillo was on Twitch, which I had no idea. So I got a chance to vibe out with him too, and his content and 3D printers, makers and crafters. There's just so much. I remember finding Ace for the first time. He was like, I think they had a petition for creating a category for Lego for brick builders, which would be cool. I think I signed that. A lot of us in the community signed that too.
Oh yeah.
Hoping that would go through. But man, it's just been the people is what gets you excited. Recently, a few months ago, I was going live, normal. And there's people that DM me and they were saying thank you. But not just they were saying thank you because I've had a really bad day or I've had a bad month. I can't reveal who they are, obviously, but people that actually just feel down and blue, and watching the content lifted their spirits, right? You go to Fred, you see a nudo dance, great. I'm happy, I'm smiling, I'm jamming. I had a better night tonight. I had a bad day at work, right? Or, I was arguing with, my partner or, a kid, or like anybody, somebody from work, your boss, and then you get home and you watch. It's relaxing. It's fun. It's entertaining, and definitely it's the people,
Hmm.
100%. Because the game's the game. It's always going to be there, but it's not just about the game or the Lego bricks you have in front of you.
Right.
There's so much more, man. There's like people, they gravitate towards your stream because they like you. They like your persona, your vibe. They want to talk to you through chat. They want to hear what else you have to say about this, whether it's your perspective on a Lego set, or whether it's your perspective and things about life, or whatever you're allowed to talk about on stream and whatnot. So
Hmm.
it's really cool. Some people just lurk. They don't say anything, and they
Yeah.
just want to watch you do your thing, and that makes them feel better. So knowing that you have that impact, that you're doing something positive that people are feeding from, is absolutely awesome. I love that. I think that's some of the things that some content creators don't realize, that they have that effect on their viewers and their community, and I think it's important to remember that. That's why I do it. I mean, it's a lot of fun. There's other awesome perks and other cool stuff, but man, the community keeps you alive. Even when you're having a bad day as a streamer, you go live, they lift you back up. It's difficult to comprehend. We're not doctors. Nobody's, you're not forced to, be there, but there's something so cool and magical that happens when you go live. And I think some of us forget, and we only focus on our content and our growth and our numbers and our stats, and it becomes a priority, number one, and you forget that it takes a village to get to where you want to get to. But man, there's so many people that are hurting out there. There's so many people going through some stuff when they go home and they close the doors to their house. We don't know, right? And so whatever positivity they can get from us, and gravitate to, whether it's a nudo dance, whether it's a Mando Metal, whether it's AZ with his antics and the Snapchat cam filters, whether it's your good vibes, there's something always good that somebody's getting from that, for their mental health, for their health. And I think it's so cool to know that there's something else that you're giving the community besides the content you have on your desk or on your monitor. There's just so much more. And it's a responsibility that we have as creators to maintain whoever however your content is who you're going to attract, right? Who you decide to be
Right.
on stream. And that's the community that's building itself from your vibes, from who you are. I've visited streamers and I thought they were cool. And then when I see their community, it's all toxicity. It's crazy because it's allowed. The
Right.
content creator allows it. So there's so many people going through stuff. And it's interesting and fascinates me to no end how I go live. There's more, there's the bigger purpose than just, you can get no subs in that day, no biddies, nothing. But
Yeah.
there's something more that you're giving back. And that's actually really cool. So when I go to sleep at night, I know that there's more. There's more to that. I may not have 1,000 or 5,000, but there's so much. I'm affecting somebody in a
Yeah.
positive way. And that's awesome. That's rewarding. And I love that.
Do you have any people that really inspire you to kind of continue to improve your community and your streams and everything that you do on Twitch?
Yes. My grandmother, she's a big pillar in my life. My grandfather, who passed away. Um, my mother, of course. I mean, there's pillars. The people in my life that I love very much are considered pillars because they've held my persona, my heart up, right?
Mm.
And so those people, have inspired me to push when I want to give up, or to understand that quitting is easier than moving forward continuously. That taking the easy road is going to be a hard life, but taking the hard road, and the road less traveled, will be an easier life in the future. So there's so many inspirations in my life, from all the women in my family to the men. I mean, it's no family's perfect, but I think all the adversities that we've all been through as a family has made us stronger.
Yeah.
My grandmother being the matriarch of the family, who's, thank God she's still alive. My mom, who passed away, and my grandfather, who passed away. Like, these people hold a resonance that's just still there. And it's so cool because those little things that I pull from and I feed from all their positivity and all the energy they gave me, and all the protection, all the love as I was growing up, and the continuation of believing in me as a young man, trying to make it, in whatever I was trying to do. pushing me forward, and now their presence is no longer here. So that motivation continues to drive me, and instead of blaming the world or, saying why me, it's just keep going, because that's exactly what they would say to do if they were here. So that inspiration from them um, uh, reflects with anything I do in my life.
Yeah.
Whatever I go into, I take that with me. That's part of my backpack, not my baggage. That's in my little JanSport backpack that I carry. All the goodies in there, and a sandwich as well. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to have that, and I love knowing that family's just so great, man. It's just that inspiration from my mom was always been amazing, always. So, yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah,
Thank you for sharing that little bit that I don't think many people know. At least,
yeah. You're welcome.
You are a Twitch partner. What about being a Twitch partner? I guess actually let's back up. What brought you to partner level status, I guess, is the question. Like how was that rise from affiliate to partner for you, and what did that entail?
That was a lot of work. Keeping an average of 75 viewers of your own viewers was
Right.
very, very difficult to do. I played SOTOR consistently for 8 months, and I worked really hard to have a space where it was a safe place for everyone to come and enjoy the game, and to not get picked on or not get mocked, or there's no toxicness in the community, right? Working hard to bring new people in. I had a giveaway that I was doing it once a week. That was something that I love to give back to the community, and it was great. I
Mhm.
think the journey to get there was exciting, overwhelming, a lot of pressure. I remember getting raids and then hosts, and I was like, man, this is great. This is easier than I thought. Until I realized that that doesn't count, unless they refresh the page or double click on your name. And so it got
Right.
to the point where I was like at 74.5,
Oh
even on
man.
days that I was like, oh, we got this. That apply button's gonna be there. We got this. Nope, not yet. Not yet. So it's 74.8,
Yeah.
74.9. It's a difficult, there's less partners than affiliates, of course, and other streamers, because it's a tough goal to get. I don't know if they're ever going to raise that higher to 100, or but if now if that's a goal, now is the time to do it. But that is a hard goal. But the journey to get there was fun. It was exciting. There was a lot of pressure. It's so exciting when you get the email and you're approved. You're good, and congratulations, and you have the little Harry Potter character or whatever. Man, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and the journey was fun, and the community that got our channel there. It's hard to say my channel, but we did it as a
Right.
community. We partnered. We got ourselves. It's a lot of fun. It's sponsors tend to look at partners when they go to sponsor you. They see the badge and they're like, okay, because they understand what it takes to get there. They understand that it's dedication. The streamers not just on and off. It's consistency, and Twitch wouldn't give a partner badge to just someone who's not going to be consistent. It looks great in front of sponsors. It looks great in front of other companies, but it was a fun journey, 100%, a lot of fun.
What would you tell someone that is pushing to be partner, who's getting, like you were saying, getting close to that
Yeah,
number? What would you tell them? What kind of advice would you impart to them?
keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop. Don't change anything dramatically. Just keep making the magic that you've been making. Obviously, you got yourself an apply button. Obviously, you got yourself close to 74. Keep pushing forward. I reached out to my community. I never did a partner push title or anything like that, but I
Hmm.
remember I was skeptical and I wasn't going to say anything to the community. I was just we're gonna do this. But
Yeah.
I was told by a good friend who gave me some good advice, and she said, you need to tell your community, as candid as you are with the community, you need to tell the community what you're looking to achieve as a creator and what you need from them, right? And I it made sense to me. I never like to ask for anything for the community. I never like to be that person that says, hey, this is what I want, this is what I need. So
Yeah.
I wrote a whole blog post, which is probably still up on the Discord, saying, thank you for being part of this community. Today I'm here to ask you, like, for one huge, it would mean the world to me if I can get, if you guys, lurks mean the world to me if you guys are in channel, because we're so close as a community to get to partner.
Hmm.
And from that moment, after asking the community for that love, people were just so kind, like, yeah, of course we're gonna, like, yeah, we love the content. We're gonna be there. We're gonna lurk. No worries, man. Like,
Yeah.
even people that had to work that day would drop their account off and they would leave it there. You know, people that normally I wouldn't be able to see on certain days because they were working, they would just leave their account there. And other SOTOR streamers, other content creators from other communities as well.
Mm,
It was a whole effort,
mm.
and the journey was just awesome. And I'm so thankful every day because how many times I thank this community because we made it. We made it. It's just so much fun. The best community.
What would you tell someone who applied, they got the button, and then they weren't accepted into the partner program?
I think for something like that, I know Twitch gives you another opportunity to apply. I don't know how many times, but I would say to, go back to the laboratory for a second, understand that, stay encouraged because it's not the end.
Hmm.
There's still another opportunity. If that's like a big deal for you, then it's not the end. There's more. Just keep doing what you're doing. Remind your community to double click on your channel, double click on your icon. It's
Hmm.
very important that we as streamers, as content creators, remind our communities to do that. Sometimes when we raid, and I forget 90% of the time to do that because most people won't do that. People will raid with 200 viewers, 300 viewers, and those views are beautiful, but they won't count, and people
Hmm.
just won't click. I don't know why. It might be just an effort, thing where they're just kind of visiting, checking out the vibe. So it's the initiative of them clicking on something or on something on the channel to to support you that way. So that it's difficult, but I would say keep doing what you're doing, keep that magic going. Um, Remember to let your community know candidly how you feel, what's going on, the status of everything, and what you're looking to achieve together to make it a huge goal. That way, oh, we're going to become partner. This is what's going to happen, and this, and it's going to be great. But we're going to do this together, and I need all of your help, all of you guys.
When you have someone who's so close, I think it's really, you almost feel like you can taste it, right? But then you still
Yeah.
have work to do. What are your thoughts on being able to ask for that help? Like how do you ask for that help when you know you need it? Or how do you approach your community as a streamer and ask them for that kind of assistance?
I think the best way to do it, I don't think there's any other way to get around it, but to just be honest.
Mm,
Once you have this beautiful community, all of us do, individual communities. Once you develop, obviously they enjoy your content. They like you as a content creator. Just be open, be
mm,
candid and say, look, this is what I need from my community. I need you all. I'm asking for help. I'm reaching out, and stretching my hand out for help. This is something, we're not gonna do the partner push thing. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna just do giveaways every single day. We're going to do this normally because I want this community to be established from the ground up naturally, not artificially, where you have all these giveaways and all this cool stuff, and then like you either keep that consistently going, which is going to hurt your pocket sometimes, or maybe not,
mm,
or you do it naturally with your content, who
right.
you are, because people want to come back to see you, and that's the important stuff. That's what's going to allow you to grow even more too, because that's who you are, and it takes time. It takes time. It's going to take effort. Time, consistency is key.
When you
Yeah.
became partner, what was something that you didn't expect?
Well, you get to make your own stream team, which is kind of cool. That's
Right.
kinda neat. I think I immediately rushed into that because I was excited. You get sent, I
Yeah.
don't know if I could talk about, but I know there's part of the TOS, but there's a whole bunch of stuff you get sent, like different rules, and it's like a whole, Declaration of Independence form, but
Right.
you can build a stream team. As soon as I saw that, I was like, "All right, I'm doing this. This is cool." You get that additional support too from customer service, which they're very, I mean, I remember it's 3 times already that I reached out to support, and they responded within 5 minutes, no lie,
Wow.
which is cool. So you get partner priority, support. I wanted to remove the underscore from my name, and
Yeah.
they immediately, they send you the what's gonna happen if I change my name and all this stuff, and are you sure? Uh, but, I
Yeah.
was having a conversation and email back and forth with the support, agent, and they were just, like, super friendly. They were making fun of the fact that I had an underscore, and they were like, "Hello, Mr. Underscore. You no longer have an underscore. It's been taken care of." Yeah, so make sure you change all your socials and whatever you need to with links and stuff, and they've been very friendly and super nice. You get that the priority. I think you get more emote slots. I'm pretty sure you get more emote slots.
Yeah.
I haven't really. I need to add so many more emotes, but yeah, there's so many more emote slots that you probably get.
Right.
But it's not too different from affiliate. Like there's affiliate has really grown
Hmm.
into like the best to be the best that it can be for those that have affiliate because it allows them to have something to look forward to when they create their content. Um, yeah, so they have all these incentives now
Yeah.
and animated emotes, and it just doesn't feel too separated from partner, which is really cool.
Yeah. It feels closer to partner
Yes.
than it used to, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. There's other, little things here and there. I know Twitch released an ad incentive program, which I'm not sure if every creator has gotten or if it's only for partners, but
Hmm.
it's a whole thing where you can control your ads a little bit more, or have a little more power with ads. Um, so it's up to you. I've said it before so many times where I say, as a smaller creator, I think, and that includes me, you don't ad revenue is, I mean, to get ad revenue the way you really want to get ad revenue, I think you have to have at least 5,000 to 1,500 in the thousands of viewers for that to really matter, right? Whereas ad revenue from our point of view here is, I think it's better to provide your content and do your thing. I know YouTube gives you that option as a streamer where you get to choose if you want to put ads or not. And that's a good choice. And there's skippable ads, which is kind of cool because we don't have skippable ads. I
Yeah.
browse streams all the time and I'm bombarded with like a whole bunch of ads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, come on. I can't even skip one. So you're sitting there watching Brillo pad commercials and all kinds of cool stuff. And hey, it's fine. But and I don't know what Twitch is testing out. I feel like they're testing something out or they're trying to make more money, but
Hmm.
I think it's like right there and it may change. But YouTube, I think YouTube knows what they're doing a little bit more when it comes to ads because they give you the full
Yeah.
control of saying, okay, here's ads, you choose and you make that choice on your own. No ads, fine.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. Very similar to affiliate, 100%. You get a nice purple badge.
do
Check mark.
you do you keep your check mark on when you go into to chats?
I think it's automatic. I don't think
I think you can hide it. Not that I mean, I don't know if you would want to.
I guess you can change it to, it says none, or you can change it to Prime Gaming if you have Prime Gaming.
There you go.
So I guess you can change it. I don't mind. I think it's something cool that if you've achieved that, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, show it off. You worked hard for that badge. Why I've seen some people that are so happy that they made it to partner. They're just happy to have their little badge. It's cool. It's like, it's an achievement. We did it as a community. Why not? Why not? We wear shirts because we love the product, or we're proud of something that we like. Maybe we wear like a medallion or something that we've achieved, and why not? You're excited, show it off. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with that. It's cool.
How has your community changed since you've achieved partner?
That's a good question. I think there the partner excitement tends to die down a little bit, where everybody kind of goes into relax mode. They're all there to support. They were all there
Right.
to, but some of them go into relax mode, and they're still there, but it's just more kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
it's a little more relaxing, and
Yeah.
sometimes you get the waves on certain months where it gets, so it's like a roller coaster effect. It goes up and down no matter what content you have.
Hmm.
It will always go up and down. For people that have those thousands of viewers, they can see a bigger wave of like whenever they have 500 less viewers, they'll be able to feel that and see that, where
Yeah.
as us, we can have 100 average or 80 or 30 average or 20 average, and we'll see a difference but depending on the content we decide, but it won't affect us as much. But yeah, you go through ups and downs. So it's changed a little bit, but not like dramatically. If anything, it's grown. I've met so many more people. The Discord's in a good state. I mean, there's a partnership for Discord that I have not applied to, which is I've been slacking on that. There's so much. There's so much that is there, but the community has only changed for the better. But
Yeah.
if I had to say anything, it's been more relaxed. Yeah, because you get the excitement. Oh my God, we're going for partner. Let's do it. Let's go.
Right. Right.
And then everything kind of dies down a little bit and everybody takes a deep breath, and
Yeah.
you have more people, more community members creating content, which I'm excited about. I've
Yeah.
noticed a lot of our community members have been streaming for the first time.
Yeah.
Very excited about that. Love to see that.
Yeah.
And so that's going on. So more content creators are coming up.
Would you say that's because of the work that you're doing in terms of like the community that you built, and a lot of them are like, oh, I want to do the same?
I think so. I think a little bit could be a part of it, but not. But they have their own drive. Obviously,
Yeah.
everybody has their own drive. But I think I've always been as encouraging as I can and honest with people. Say, hey, just go do it. One of the things I frown upon is cyberbullying. And anybody who tries to bring you down for what you
Mm-hmm.
look like or what you sound like. I encourage those to. It's easier said than done to ignore it, but I encourage those to not be afraid of Johnny Pants 57 that's going to come into your channel and say that
Right.
you need to change your face, or you sound terrible. So things like that discourage people from going
Yeah.
live because they're scared. I'm going to get made fun of. Oh, they're going to make fun of my earrings, or the way I dress, or the way I sound, or the way I look at the
Yeah.
camera when I talk to chat. Should I look at the camera? Should I
Yeah.
look at what do I do? So I think it's just to just take it one step at a time, take it
Yeah.
easy, just put your content out there. But it's not for the faint of heart, because there's a lot when you put yourself out there and you go live.
Mm.
There's a lot of people out there that are very bored,
Yeah.
that have been hurt and in pain for whatever reason, and they want to go ahead and project that,
Yeah.
and you become the victim of bullying in that, because now they makes them feel better because they made fun of you. And some of us aren't built to be that strong in the moment, and we can't handle that.
Mm-hmm.
So we become emotionally affected, and then we're not going to stream anymore. We're done,
Mm-hmm.
because that you had 10 viewers that were enjoying your content, but that one viewer, Johnny Pants 45, said something bad, and now I'm done. I'm not going to do this anymore,
Yeah.
because it's always that one negative comment that makes you not pursue what your goals, what you want to do in life, what you want to do. It's like trying to start a business. 20 people can support you. That one person can talk you out of it, and you can talk yourself out of it, because now you're being motivated and lured into this dark place where you're like, okay, obviously my content's no good because this one person hates it. So I'm just not going to stream anymore, or I'm not going to
Mm.
start that one business that I really had a passion for. I'm not going to start the muffin store. It's not going to happen. So it's tough if
Yeah.
you're not built for it, because it's hard to just tell somebody, just ignore it. It's fine. And then they look at you like, what do you mean just ignore it? It's
Right.
not that easy. Everybody's built different.
It's definitely not for the faint of heart in
No.
terms of like at some point during your streaming career,
Yeah.
it's very likely that you're gonna have to deal with that. And yeah, it's
Yes.
never easy. So
No, with YouTube, it's worse, because
oh yeah.
you put content out there and then the comments, they're
Yeah.
there, they're glued there. It's not
God.
just live chat where it goes away. They're glued there, and you
Yeah.
can choose to leave them or take them, but it's like, oh, your content sucks, or,
Yeah.
it's always something even worse. People they have nothing else better to do. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of them out there that do that. And so you just got to keep pushing forward. That's why I tell a lot of people, you got to take the good comments and the bad comments the same. And I don't know if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense, but you just have to. Some people get really excited when you're like, oh my God, you look beautiful today. You look amazing. Look at you. Oh my God, is that a new hat? Oh, that's great. Your
Right.
content today, stellar, man. Awesome job. And then the next person says, man, today you were garbage. You were terrible.
Yeah.
You shouldn't stream ever. Why do you even
Yeah.
try? And
Yeah.
that right there trumps everything else.
Oh
So I think
yeah.
taking in both, the same way, and just having that receptive, I'm gonna take it the way I'm gonna take it, both good and bad, and not just get super hyped up over, that one comment. It's just take it the same and continue to make your content because you believe in it, because
Yeah.
you love your content. And if you love it, then the people are going to be attracted to it.
Yeah.
Those people that want to be part of the community, they want to hear your voice, they want to hear your content. So,
That's who the content is for,
exactly.
not the person hating
Not Johnny
in the
Pants
corner.
45.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not Johnny
exactly.
Pants.
Who needs a
45.
hug?
Exactly. I feel that as simultaneously a creator on Twitch,
Yeah.
a YouTuber when I post these on YouTube, as well as a game developer, which is
Yeah.
something I had to remind myself having released a game recently and reading
Right.
comments online, which a lot of wonderful things, but then there's
Yep.
also the not so wonderful things, which I had to stop and be like, that, well, that's just your opinion, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's something you believe in. You know,
Yeah.
it's something that you put your passion and heart into. You know, I look at people like Lone, who's the, you know, because I know he's in chat, building knives and stuff. Whatever you create,
Yeah.
you worked hard on that game. You put your effort into it, your heart and
Yep.
soul. You waste, you know, there's hours that you might have lost sleep, or you know,
Mm-hmm.
you really put a lot of work and focus into,
Mm-hmm.
and that drive that drove you to put your 100% in there is still there. Don't let anybody take that away. That
Yeah.
has no idea how to develop a game, even if anything.
Yeah.
You rarely will find other fellow developers that will, you know, trash talk another
Oh yeah.
developer. It's mostly people that, oh, why does it have to be this way? Why didn't you add a red skirt to that
Yeah.
character? Why do they have
Yeah.
that color? Like, what? That's not part of this. Like,
Yeah. Oh
you don't,
man.
you have no idea the effort that it takes, and I think that taking joy in that, knowing that you know what you put out there,
Yeah.
taking feedback is great, but just knowing what you put out there, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah,
It's a
man,
good it's a good thing. It's a good thing to
yes,
consider when you do this sort of thing. Building,
yeah,
making
100%.
content. Yeah.
Yeah.
As one of the things you did not too long ago, you did form a team. You're talking about forming a team, the Survivor Squad, yeah?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Tell me about your team. I'd love to hear about it.
Survivor Squad, positive vibe, awesome people. It started with SOTOR, a couple of SOTOR streamers, and the idea behind it, because I've never had a stream team in my life, right? So I'm new to all this too. So, but I wanted to create a home for multiple content creators that do different things,
Yeah.
which in the end, it's so cool in my mind where if I click on a stream team, I want to see Lego, I want to see 3D printing, I want to see SOTOR, I want to see other video games, maybe even Fortnite. It doesn't matter because the content creators are the magic. That's where it's at. And so creating a home for everybody, especially if they know each other,
Mm.
it's even better too. And to encourage people to discover different genres on the platform the way I did, it worked for me because I discovered so many cool people. I got to meet them in person. Um, to be able to have a place to look at all these individuals that are awesome, fantastic, great content creators is awesome. It's great. And the drive is just, you know, being able to put more eyes on them, to do everything in my power. You know, I have a tool belt, you know, Tim the Tool Man, you know, tool belt. I want to make sure that if there's something that I haven't used on the stream team, that it's something that I have plans and desires, what can I do with the
Yeah.
stream team? How far can I go with it? Because there's more. There's some amazing people on this team. So how far can I go to get more eyes on them? How far can I go so others can see their great content and how magical they are and how cool they are as people, as individuals? So I want to do that. That is the goal for me
Yeah.
internally. That's from my perspective. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I know it may take some time, but it's a huge goal. Not to just have it sit there and be nothing. But again, I'm also new to it, so I'm learning about the stream team. I'm learning how can I engage with charities now. I'm thinking like you know, I know we talked about November and October, maybe doing a full team charity event.
Yeah.
You know, when it's not clashing with other charity events, and I want to be able to, you know, Stack Up is another great charity event. We talk the what is it? Extra Life.
Mm-hmm.
Another. So there's so many things to support, and that's part of the fun of being a creator. You get to, you know, create entertainment and create awesome content, and people come in and they support whatever cause you're streaming for. It's just
Yeah.
neat.
How big Survivor Squad now?
Oh man, good question. Probably maybe 26 members or 27
Yeah.
members, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kind of span this whole umbrella now of like different content, not
Yes.
just Star Wars, but all
Oh
the
my
other
god,
things.
the beauty of the content. Yeah, not just Star Wars. And everybody loves Star Wars. You know, that's a cool thing. Like, you know, I know Brad Ace, I know you love Star. Like there's so much so many Star Wars fanatics, but there's just so much more. There was a point where I wanted to bring a musician that they haven't gone live in a little bit, so maybe they're on vacation. I need to check if they're still doing their thing, but just bring musicians now and have a variety of because the difference is that you have a multitude of choices to watch. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
go to the Survivor Squad tab. Let's see who's live. I'm going to go to the Garrison. Let's see who's live. I'm going to go to Moco Loco, the Brick Builders community. I'm 1000% dedicated on this team. I want to do so much more, and I'm learning. I'm observing. I'm learning. I'm doing research,
Yeah.
and I'm learning much more about how to manage this and continue to support other creators. I'm always lurking on their streams, always checking them out. But there's so much more I want to do. And as I learn, I continue to push forward more awesome ideas and stuff that I want to do, put them on the
Yeah.
table. Oh yeah.
Are there any teams that especially are doing things right that you're trying to kind of learn from?
I think all of them are. Well, I think Moco Loco is pretty new. Garrison, I know DC's been fantastic. Maker Deck, another awesome team. Little by little, I'm learning. They're all doing what they do. I don't know exactly what they do specifically individually. I don't really. I should probably brainstorm with some of them, but I don't know what Chris does with his team or what Chronic does. So it's just something I'm looking to do new things and whatever I'm capable of doing, I want to utilize, to the best of my ability, utilize all the tools I have. I definitely don't want it to just sit there and just be a
Right.
team and people just join. I
Yeah.
want it to mean more than that. I want it to mean something.
Yeah.
Same way I worked hard to get partner or anything else, I want to work hard to get this team well known and get more eyes. What if we have a streamer that gets those 15,000 viewers and 20,000 viewers and they start rating you guys, right? And now you have these new eyes checking out your content. And that's special because they shoot a follow, and that's the fun part about raids. And it's just trying to find like a nice little balance there. And that's mostly what I'm mentally working on is
Mm-hmm.
trying to find a good place where this stream team will continue to rise to support what they have within, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than just being a stream team. Survivor
Mm-hmm.
Squad, great. But what does it mean? It's in the works.
What do you find to
I
be
learned.
like the biggest challenge of running a stream team?
I think just staying in tune with everybody.
Hmm.
I'm very making sure that I visit Fred, making sure that I visit Ace, making sure I visit Hot Mess Mom or Lone, and I make sure everybody's doing okay. If I don't see them go live after a while, I want to make sure, okay, what's going on, and I at least know for those that are not going live, something's they've told me on DMs, okay, this is what's going on. But
Yeah.
just making sure everybody's okay, checking on and everybody, making sure everything okay. How's the
Yeah.
content? How's everything going? So, but definitely checking out their work and what they do, because there's no point in being the lead of a stream team, at least in my personal opinion, and not checking out the content that you have the time to check out,
Yeah.
and kind of lurk in the background and check out what they. I mean, just even if you're adding one viewer, that's cool.
Yeah.
You're still there. Yeah, it's hard to make everybody happy, but I'm still learning. That's my excuse on this. I'm learning, man. I'm still learning, and you can't do things overnight. It takes time, to grow and to establish and to make yourself known and do your thing. So to get your foot on the ground. Yeah, but I'm willing. I'm patient. I'm patient.
Survivor Squad. So check them out. Twitch.tv/team/Survivor Squad. Is that correct?
I had to
Yeah.
hover over the Survivor Squad logo.
I tried to be good with that. Tried to
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely. So more stuff on the way.
Yes.
Some potential charity streaming for the team.
Mhm. Yep.
And some other good stuff coming.
Absolutely. Okay. That's the big one.
What still, after 5 years of streaming keeps you, because, we talk about how important it is for you, to connect with everyone and how the people really inspire you on the days that you're feeling not so great, maybe about your content or not so great about going live. What like deep down inspires and motivates you to decide to start streaming anyway?
Well, like that conversation we had earlier, I think the people in general are what kind of motivates you to go live. You go live, you're making an impact on somebody today. You
Hmm.
may not feel like building that Lego set today. Maybe you're just not feeling it. You're like, it is what it is. I'll build it or I'll play around maybe. But once you start talking to chat,
Mm.
and once chat starts to engage with you and start redeeming all kinds of ridiculous stuff like flutes and oh my god, just things that don't belong on Twitch, sounds that are just there because they are for reasons. But yeah, you start to engage with chat, and they just kind of. For me, I've had bad days. I've had bad days before, and I'm like, I've I've had those bad days, and I've been candid with the community, and I was like, you guys really made my day today.
Yeah.
I don't start the stream with like, oh, I'm kind of having a bad day. You can kind of tell. They know.
Oh
Some people
yeah.
know that, oh, you look a little tired today, or
Oh yeah.
you got. But they know, and they'll. It just gets crazy. Sometimes you see these hype trains, and then you see people just make you laugh because they're redeeming a whole bunch of stuff that. And I never get any content done. There's no story that I ever get done because it's just, oh my god, it's just. But it's so much fun, and I've
Yeah.
had people, why don't you take it away, take the flute away? Well, you can't, because I don't hate the flute. I love the Celine Dion version more, and I rather hear that. But I get this recorder in the background that's just
Oh my
awful.
gosh. Yeah.
But there's so much goodness there. The
Do you,
impact that you have on your community is awesome,
yeah.
and it's so inspiring, it's so cool, and people want to have fun with you. They want to talk to you. They want to engage with you. It's not a dead chat where there's nobody talking. And that's the challenge. It makes it harder if you're having a bad day and your chat's dead. Then you have to kind of take that
Oh yeah.
initiative and try to lift everybody up. Like,
Yeah.
all right, who's wearing an orange shirt today? Raise your hand. Anybody in chat? No?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. Ridiculous stuff, but it's definitely a lot of fun to go live and look towards that. Look forward to that.
What kind of stuff do you have coming up for your channel specifically? We talked a little bit about the future of Survivor Squad, but
Yeah.
what's happening with you, your channel, your community? What kind of things are coming?
We get a lot of cool stuff. We have Jedi Greg actually is working on helping me work on a rebrand for the channel, which I'm very excited about.
Oh yeah,
Yes, a new logo. I haven't had a logo in who knows how long, and it's just my
nice.
face. So I think getting rid of that for a little while and just having something that looks a little more professional. My
Sure.
face is fine. The face is fine, but I think I've always wanted to have something a little more professional where it just looks, you know, um, marketable. It looks marketable. So that's something I've always wanted. So he's been working on that.
Mm.
I'm adding new emotes, and the whole layout is going to look clean and just really really nice. So looking to do. I'm almost done with stories in the game, so I'm looking to continue to grow in the game, and possibly maybe if I can add a weekend, add some variety streaming, add some other stuff too. Since I'm playing Dead by Daylight on Fridays, I'm in love with Dead by Daylight. But in the future, maybe start building some Lego on certain days and have
Oh
some fun.
yeah, that would be dope.
Because I have sets. They're just on backlog now along with my Gundam. There's so many things
Oh
that I have
man,
to get done. It's finding the time. And do I do it alone or do I do it live on stream? And why not do it live if I can find a day in the weekend or a night like this where I could go live and
yeah,
let's build some Lego and chill together. I love
yeah.
that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do some Lego, man. I'd love to see it.
Heck yeah. Some cool sets.
Do you do a lot of collaborative streams at all? Is that something that's in the future or something that you've been thinking about doing?
Oh, I would love to. Yeah. I've done the only collaboration I think I've done was with just hanging out with AZ and Zach and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I remember coming in at like 7 in the morning my time, and Zach was like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
But we were just hanging out. That's when I committed myself to TikTok leggings,
Oh my
and
god.
I have them. Zach bought them, and I have them, and they're planning on coming out very soon in the upcoming giveaway soon. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. But yeah, I'm always willing and able for collaboration. Always depends, obviously, on the content creator, their vibe, and everyone I've
Right.
met so far is awesome. And but if it's like somebody new that says, "Hey, you know, Mr. Stay Alive _ do you want to, collab?" I gotta see your content. You gotta see, but yeah, I love that. I love collaboration. Plus, it brings in like both communities to check out the content and all that, and
Yeah.
get to know you, get to know the other streamers. So Willing and able, my friend. 100%.
If you could collaborate with anyone on Twitch,
Yeah.
who would it be?
Man, Gary Vaynerchuk, since he's on Twitch,
Oh
but he
yeah.
doesn't really stream. 100%. Oh man, if
Okay.
he had an interview with Chris Perillo years ago, and I said to Chris, I think I messaged him on. We were talking on Twitter. I was like, if you get him back, you got to let me know, man. If you get him back on the show,
Yeah.
Because he's awesome. Huge fan of Gary V and his perspective on things. But if I could collab, I would say if I was building Lego, I'd love to do a stream with Fred. But I feel like I've done that before. Like, I don't think I did with Fred. I think I just hung out with Fred and Zach. So I've had the sense of collaborating. There's so many good people. I mean, everybody, who I know, who we know each other. I would love to, over time, do some collab stuff. That would be cool. Building Lego or playing a silly game, maybe Fall Guys or something like that.
This is, if you're listening and you know Stay, this is your invitation right now. He's made it very clear. Open door. Just slide into those DMs and let him know.
Right. 100%.
Is there anything your community doesn't know about you that you you think would be fun for them to know now?
Let's make sure none of them are here. And
okay.
All right, here it goes. Ready?
Yeah.
So oh man, I don't know. I like pistachio ice cream.
Okay.
My favorite.
Okay.
People make fun of me all the time. They call me an old man. That's because I am. What else? I love the color teal. I don't know. Anything juicy? Let's see.
That's what I'm waiting for.
I feel like I'm pretty candid with the community. Like I tell them that I want to move to Colorado, or I'm pretty candid. I don't think there's like anything specific. I don't know. That's a good one. I'm pretty honest with the community, so I don't think there's anything.
That's fair.
No.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Is there? Here's another hard one. Is there anything that you expected me to ask and had ready to talk about, but just it didn't come up?
No, because I was pretty comfortable with anything. I always vibe with the limits of what you can do. Being your channel or whoever the host is, and if I have anything specific I can't talk about or I won't. That's but I don't. Nothing that I could think of. No, I'm trying to think of something juicy, but I don't have.
Yeah.
Like a move-in date.
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
No, that's fine.
It's gonna happen later. I'm gonna have something. Oh man, I should have said that. I should have said that I like Honey Nut Cheerios, and they don't even know that.
There's a question in the chat. Who's your favorite member of your community?
Favorite member of my community? Oh man.
You don't have to answer that. I'm joking.
No, there's no favorites. Everybody is. I think as a leader, you invite people to the community because they're just awesome. Because they're awesome.
Yeah.
I have my favorite Lego streamer that I'm not ashamed to admit, and that's okay. That doesn't mean I don't like my other Lego boys. They know that, but it's because Fred was the first one that I walked into a Lego stream. So that was my first introduction. That kind of broke the ice there. But I don't have no favorites. 100%. Everybody's Johnny Pants 45 is definitely probably my favorite. Exactly. He's not even on the team. And yeah. Oh
man, we've covered a lot. I feel like we got
that's good, right?
The whole backstory. We got your thoughts on running a community, running a team, becoming a partner. I feel like we hit all the big questions.
It's good.
Now that you've been through this whole experience, who would you want to see do this exact same thing with me in a future episode?
Oh man, definitely. I would love to see Lone.
Okay. Lone Mountain Knife Co. Okay.
Yeah, there's so much about that dude that he's such a nice guy. There's there's so he's he's just got the personality, his content interests me. I'm very intrigued by having a forge and the idea of making swords or knives. I think it's so cool. I think picking his brain for a little while would be kind of cool,
Yeah.
and getting some knowledge and education on what that, because I remember one of his streams, if I remember correctly, somebody asked him about using a railroad nail. That does that make a good knife or something? And he was passionate about the fact that no, do not use that. Like that's not,
Wow.
yeah, because you take pride in what you do and what you have.
Right.
But if I'm not mistaken, that was one of the, so I don't know who asked him, but he was very passionate about saying that's not a route to take right there. So no, do
Wow.
not use that as a knife. I think it's more for our aesthetics, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so
Fair.
just picking his brain a little bit more on what he does, and I love that. I mean, I look at the forge, and I'm just like, every time I'm there, I'm like, dude, you have to be hot in there.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, man, I got I got some water, I got the AC. So he's got a good mentality. I want to pick his brain more.
It's a good suggestion.
Oh yeah, a little
Perhaps in
bit
a
alone
future.
on the show.
Yeah, perhaps in a future episode, we'll see Lone Mountain Knife Co.
Is there someone that you have in mind that you're kind of a couple people that you're pondering over bringing to the show?
Oh man, I mean,
Juicy bits.
I've had a lot of people on this show.
Yeah.
I think within, I mean, you're kind of one of the first steps. Chris Perillo was another one, in that
He's awesome.
the majority of the people on the show have been brick builders, people in the Lego
Yeah.
community, but it's been a long-term goal to start widening that
Yeah.
whole thing. And I've been going with people that are familiar with the community, and we're spreading out. As far as who I want, I mean, I don't know. There's just a ton of people out there that,
Yeah.
this is me not at all trying to like deflect the question. I just, there's
Not at
so
all.
many. There's so
Yeah.
many people. I think
right. I get it.
one person within the brick building community I've been trying to get on is Jang, but he's just busy.
Oh man.
And maybe one day he'll be on here. I think maybe one day we'll get him on here.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool.
It'll
Pick
be-
his brain too.
Be a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just a ton. There's so many. We'll see. There's I don't know. Gosh. With everything we've talked about today, is there any particular things that you think would be a good thing to share with the listeners of this show?
If you're a content creator and you're out there, I've said this so many times, but just keep doing what you're doing. You're going to go through ups and downs with your community when it comes to, if you're focused on your stats, that's okay. You don't have to create incredibly magical moments for growth. Just continue to be yourself, continue to be you. Find what motivates you to go live and hit that live button. That's the reason why to do it. Find what really motivates you to have some fun and shoot the breeze with a ton of people, or just a handful of people, just to build some Lego or play some games and have them come and vibe with you, or maybe even join you in the game, or join you and they can build along with you. Whatever it is, maybe you're talking about 3D printing, or which Chris does a lot, and they're geeking out over there. And I think just find the motivation that truly inspires you to go live, and don't stop. Keep making your content. Keep doing your content. I like doing little special events here and there. That's cool too, but because it keeps everybody engaged, excited, and they have an incentive to come back. And man, StayAlive is doing his content, but then like there's something cool happening on this particular day, and like the TikTok pants are there. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I've committed to that at 7:00 in the morning.
Oh my God.
But definitely one of the things that really, really resonates with me is, and I speak for myself when I say this, but as I said before, the impact that you have on someone is incredible. I had no idea the amount of what you give to someone, just one person that's watching your stream and your content, and they just went through a divorce, they just went through a breakup that was messy. They just
Mhm.
they just lost somebody, and they turn on and they see you because they know you. All right, it's Amor. Let me go watch them, and they start to laugh because some of the redeems were funny. Some of the things that you said were funny. You start to talk about a movie that you recently saw in theaters, and that engages them in the conversation as well. There's something more that you give back to people, to human beings, while you're live in front of this lens. There's something more, and I know that, and I'm aware of that, and I love that. And that inspires me to go live every single time, where that's the incentive for me, because it's so cool knowing that there's something I'm putting out in the world that I may not be a doctor, I may not be a therapist, but there's something I'm giving back that some people are getting some good vibes out of, and they feel good. Maybe they, and I repeat it because there's the rating, the percentage of people harming themselves or just being depressed is high. So just knowing that there's something there to look forward to when it's not watching Gordon Ramsay on TV because he's yelling at the cooks. It's like there's something more that's really cool, and just like any show that they watch on Hulu or Netflix or anything, man, there's just something really cool that they get out of you. I tell my community all the time, we're not real, we're just streamers, we're just make believe. Um, Twitch just creates us, But there's so much goodness out there, man. So much goodness. So many great content creators out there. Some of you are amazing. I respect your content. You, Amore, I respect your content. Fred, Ace, Zach, AZ. You got the amount of work that goes into it. Sith Lord Brit, she's a great friend of mine. I love her content. I love her dedication to her TikTok, to her community, her talk shows that she has, and she just prints and has fun. She's just printing something and putting something together and literally just chatting with the community. Like, that's a good vibe. That's something
Mhm.
to look forward to. Man, today I'm gonna Brit's going live today at that certain time. I'm gonna go hang out over there, see what they're
Mhm.
talking about. Oh, Amore's going live, and all of a sudden Amore starts talking about Marvel. And there's a conversation about maybe he'll talk about the game that he's developing, right? Like it's stuff, there's more conversation and it engages more and more. And it's just so much goodness on this platform. It's underestimated, and I think we need to acknowledge it more, push it more. It's not just about microphone licking or hot tubs. There's a lot more. There's a lot more. I respect everybody out there who's doing content, whatever it is. But I do know that there's so much goodness out there, and so many great creators and team stream team leads, and I'm a fan of Chronic. I'll stop by and say hello all the time, and Chris Perillo, awesome dude, super dedicated and passionate for all things that are geeky, and being able to talk to people and share your perspective on a movie or
Mhm.
on something, on Lego. Man, this Lego build is terrible. I don't want to build that again. I've been looking for that Lego set, which I'm probably never going to find. It's the Wally, and I want it. I
Yeah.
want it. And it's just having conversations with people about that stuff. What's retired, what's not retired. I got into Lego because of all of you. I got
Mm.
into Gundam because of AZ,
Yeah.
uh, and his enablement of websites that he sent me. But
Yeah.
it's so much fun, man. There's so much goodness out there on this platform, and I'm so grateful to be alive and breathing on this earth, being able to have met so many of you guys and this community survivor squad. When I see their little colorful names in chat, I specifically say, don't you dare change your color. And they do it anyway. And just getting to know everybody. And it's so much fun, man. It outweighs and trumps over anything else because it's so cool. At least for me, I speak for myself, obviously, but definitely would be my words of like encouragement of just keep doing what you're doing. Engage, talk, do, make the magic that you know to make, and believe in yourself more than anybody else does.